All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What's going on, Elevation Nation? It's my Elevation Nation tribe, Elevation Nation conversations. It's your man, God Body Sean. I'm checking in with y'all on another one. I need y'all to hit that like, share, subscribe button. Drop me a comment in the comments. We're gonna stay consistent with it. As I said, we're gonna keep building and growing. But I was reading the internet. It's not funny, but man, this shit don't make no sense. We got another one. Let me see. Let me get me off of the screen. and another one. And another one. I was on the internet and I saw a news story come through late last night or early this morning, whichever one you wanna say it is. And now they got my man Jermaine Jackson. Jermaine Jackson sued for alleged 1988 sexual assault. 1988. Now, we was just talking a week or two ago about the whole Diddy situation and all of that. This is the Diddy effect. That's gonna be a term that the guy Body Sean coined, the Diddy effect. When Cassie came out, Cassie used that law. I'm not sure of the actual name of the law, so correct me if I'm wrong, or you need to Google it. But it's I guess the Sexual Assault Survivors Act or something like that they did over in New York City, where you had a certain amount of time that you had to file a lawsuit with any accusations or sexual assault claims and things like that from the past, and you had a certain amount of time that you can do it up until where you could sue. Now, I've been noticing a lot of these people are suing for the money. I think you can only do it for the money. I'm not sure, but nobody's worried about any criminal prosecution or pressing any charges. They want that bag. And I hate to keep laughing at it because, look, sexual assault is not funny. It's not nothing to be taken lightly. It's not anything to joke about. It's a very serious situation and accusations if it is true, or even if it ain't true for the alleged. It could change their life. It could ruin their lives as well as the victims. It changes their lives forever and it ruins their lives forever. So it's not a laughing matter. However, at the same time, you gotta look at some of this shit and be like, come on, man. 1988, and at no time did you think about filing any charges, uh, going to going to law enforcement or any of that, and all that time. But now, all these laws that are coming out where it's making it easier for cases to be brought against the accused. You got people jumping out of the woodwork. They trying to get that retirement bag. I don't know. Maybe their life didn't turn out how I wanted to, and they see an opportunity to say, "Oh man, I fucked Jermaine Jackson 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Let me see if I can turn this into a sexual assault case and get me a bag on it." That's crazy. So this is the Diddy effect, man. So when you're not, I say you need to fight these cases. If you're innocent and if it's not true, I think you need to go and fight this shit. Clear your name, and you need to make a statement and set a precedent for any of these false accusers saying, look, if you want to accuse people of this, you got to come with some proof. We need some hardcore proof. We need some evidence. So too many men are laying down and taking this shit, and if they're innocent, they're not fighting it. They're taking the easy way out. They paying that bag. Uh, they know it's a financial gain, for some of them, and they're just letting it go. So it's making it harder down the line for others that are really innocent of it and want to fight it, but they just feel that that they have no win. And also too, man, there need to be some laws changed where if you get caught lying about this and you're accusing someone of this, then you need to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. You need to do jail time. You need to have some fines and fees. all of that. If you're lying and you're not telling the truth, there needs to be some repercussions for the accusers as well. But let's go ahead and let me get off the screen. Let's read a little bit. Read a little bit of the article. It says Jermaine Jackson, a founding member of the Jackson Five and one of Michael Jackson's brothers. Why they gotta mention Michael Jackson in this? Michael Jackson ain't got nothing to do with this. They want to bring that man name up in this, and Michael Jackson resting in peace. Leave that man alone. But it says one of Michael Jackson's brothers has been accused of sexual assault and battery in a new lawsuit viewed by Pitchfork. Filed by plaintiff Rita Barrett in Los Angeles Superior Court on Wednesday, the suit alleges that the Jackson assaulted Barrett in 1988 and also names Jackson's companies Jermaine L. Jackson Music Productions and Work Records as defendants. So she going for that bag. She's naming his companies in the lawsuit so that she can hold them liable as well. Because when you have an LLC, you separate yourself from your company. So if you get sued for something, or your company gets sued for something, you're not held liable for it. If your company is found liable for it and they have to pay out or anything like that. So it's kind of a protective barrier against yourself, separating yourself from your company in case your company has something that they're going through in the legal system. But it says, per the filing, Barrett knew Jackson for several years before the alleged assault, connecting with him professionally in his work as a musician's contractor and through Motown Records founder Berry Gordy, who had a working relationship with Barrett's husband. The suit alleges that in the spring of 1988, Jackson arrived at Barrett's residence unannounced, forced his way inside, and sexually assaulted her. Now, I don't know the timeline of the story, but it says here that she knows Berry Gordy and Jermaine Jackson through being a musician for hire contractor, but she was married. So I don't know if she was married at the time or if she wasn't. But I'm thinking if you married, at no time did you tell your husband about this? You didn't even tell your husband about this. If this happened allegedly or whatever, that's weird right there. That's a yellow flag. But it says the lawsuit also alleges that the day after the assault, Barrett disclosed the incident to Gordy, who the suit states was uniquely situated to both report defendant Jackson's acts and to aid plaintiff during her time of trauma. Wow. So she's adding Berry Gordy into the lawsuit because Jackson was employed by Berry Gordy's record label. So she's saying Gordy is held liable as well because he could have reprimanded Jermaine, or he could have went and told for her. Now she's alleging that the assault happened to her, so she's saying, well, hey, I told Berry Gordy and Berry Gordy didn't go tell nobody. Are you serious? So instead of her going to the law enforcement and letting them handle this how it should be, how it should have been handled correctly and properly in the court of law and the proper chain of command, she went and told Berry Gordy. Now, like I said, I don't know if she was married at the time or not, but she didn't even think to go tell her husband. She went to go tell Berry Gordy, who she knew through her husband, because Berry Gordy and her husband had a working relationship. Come on, how does that even sound? All right, but we're going to read on. Instead, the filing continues. Mr. Gordy withheld and concealed the acts, further perpetuating the cover-up and allowing Mr. Gordy, defendant Jackson, and others in the business relationship to continue to reap profits derived from Mr. Jackson's work and reputation for years to come. The filing seeks damages for sexual battery, sexual assault, and negligence. So she's saying because Berry Gordy didn't go tell the police on Jermaine Jackson that she claims assaulted her, it allowed them to keep making money with Jermaine Jackson's music. So she's saying that they didn't report Jermaine Jackson because they were going to continue to make music with his work and his music and things like that. So that's why they didn't want to go report it for her. So this is her assault and they didn't want to go report it for her. Okay. Pitchfork has reached out to the to Barrett's and Jackson's attorneys as well as representatives for Jackson for comment. Barrett's lawsuit was filed as part of California's Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act, one of the multiple recent acts that temporarily waived the statute of limitations on certain civil claims and handle sexual misconduct. So just like I said, this is one of those sexual abuse acts that New York passed. Now California has one. It's called the California Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act. So what this does is this temporarily waives the statute of limitations on certain civil claims so that they can go ahead and file a lawsuit to get a bag, basically. This is crazy. This is gonna change the whole landscape of the workforce, working relationships, the way you report sexual abuse, crimes, and all of that. So the laws that they have put on the books right now to loot these brothers' pockets and these men's pockets has changed the whole landscape of society right now. This has a lot of repercussions, man. It's getting sick out here. And my thing is this: I'm not taking up for anyone, or I'm not choosing any sides or any of that. If Jermaine Jackson did it, then he need to be prosecuted. He need to pay that money, or he need to go to jail or do whatever. But in the same hand, if he didn't do it, she needs to be prosecuted. She needs to pay a fine or pay legal fees, or even some jail time if she's filing false claims. But I say to these men, if you didn't do it, if you're innocent, you got to fight this. You got to fight these cases. Because what it's going to do is going to have a trickle-down effect. Where now you're going to have people coming out of the wood, women coming out of the wood, and men too, like the whole Christian Keys dude, the actor. I guess he worked and did some Tyler Perry movies. You know, now he's coming out. He's not naming anybody's name, but he's claiming that he was a victim of sexual assault and for years and sexual harassment, but he never told anybody. And I'm looking at him like, you a whole fucking man. You a man. So if somebody is sexually assaulting you, at no time did you say anything? Did you go back and you check this person, or did you confront this person that was sexually harassing you? And you can't say you was doing it in the name of a job. So your manhood is not, you working at a job is worth more than your manhood or your peace or your mental stability, where you were put up with sexual assault for years, as he claimed, for years, so that he could keep working. This is the guy Christian Keys. He's an actor. He's one of the he's an actor. Not really big time, but he's in the game. But so now he's gonna start a Me Too movement for men. So he's gonna be a man Me Too complainant. Say, hey, I was sexual assault. I need a bag too. Men included. This ain't just for women. So, man, when you're in a high power position like this, and you getting money like this, and you working and you doing high level things like this, you gotta vet your circle. You gotta vet your circle. You gotta watch how you conducting yourself, how you operating, how you moving. It's getting weird out here. It's getting weird out here. You can't do anything. You can't do nothing now. So if you had a dating relationship, or if you had a relationship situation where you guys were adults and mutually consenting adults, and you guys participated in sexual activity, and now 20 years later, she mad at you, and she see you getting money and you making money, and now she want to get a bag. So now at any time she can come back and say it was sexual assault. Do you guys understand what this means, or what this could come to? So anybody from your past that you've had a relationship with or a situation with, they can come back at any time, 20, 30 years, 35 years down the line, and accuse you of assault, sexual assault, or any of that. Where does it stop? Like, where does it really stop? Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. So we just become in a culture of just suing, lawsuits, accusations, claims, all of that. No accountability. Nobody want to be held accountable for anything that they've done. Man, Hey, what Biggie say? More money, more problems. So you got these men running scared. If you getting money and and you've had some I don't even want to say sketchy, but some iffy situations with some, and you done made somebody mad from your past, man, you better watch your ass. They coming back for that bag. It's scary. But hit that like, share, subscribe button. Drop me a comment in the section. Elevation Nation Conversation. I think it's episode 23. We're going to see what we can take from this story and apply it to us and learn from it so we can continue growing and elevating and learn from others' mistakes so you don't make those same mistakes. So I say learn from this one is, man, watch who you're dealing with. Thoroughly vet who you're dealing with. It's getting down to where if you're having sexual contact with someone, you got to make them sign a waiver or NDA saying, hey, yeah, we agreed to have sex. I'm not going to sue you 30 years from now. It was all mutual. It's, man, thoroughly vet who you're dealing with. And men, you can't be chasing pussy. Chase your purpose, chase your mission. You cannot be chasing women, chasing sex. It'll bite you in the end. It'll bite you in the ass. But watch yourself. And y'all stay blessed out there. Tap in with me. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Drop me a comment in the section. We going to check y'all on the next one. Elevation Nation Conversation. Man, God, Body Shine. We out. Peace.